name is Mona Lisa Meherin Mimi. I gave my IELTS exam in 27 February 2026, which was quite recent. So I guess there are like millions, or I would say zillions of video in YouTube about IELTS preparation do's and don'ts. But how can you improve your band score, or how can you get like 7+? But I think there are like very minimum amount of videos on the actual test day, or what can you do if you face like some kind of difficulties on your test day, technical or like any sort of difficulties. But I think that's one of the most crucial part about the exam. So as a candidate, I have taken like 3 months of preparation for my IELTS exam, and I like booked my registration date on 24th February, and I pretty much watched like every videos that available on like the most famous IELTS channels. I think you could already tell the name, but to my luck, or like any sort of reason, I basically faced some difficulties during my exam. So it's quite not common, but it's like on your luck based. Like you can certainly feel that kind of technical difficulties in your IELTS examination, but most people don't know how to how to solve it, or what to do to maximize your score or anything. I think there are not much videos on that, because I think most people don't face a similar kind of situation, or like the big channels don't know what advice they should actually give that will like help the students. But as I have given my IELTS examination and I faced that kind of situation during my exam, so I think my story or my experience about IELTS examination will help you in long run. So like I booked my IELTS examination on 24th February, and the test center was in Dhaka, which was like, I won't take the name, but it was quite like very popular test center. So yeah, everything was fine. Like I went on my test exam in time, then the verification system and everything was pretty much done. And if you want to know what exactly happens in IELTS exam, I can make a separate video on that, like A to Z. How can you, like what type of security measures you will face, or like how many questions you can like copy paste, or like you can navigate. Because I also like saw there are like some of misinformation in YouTube, so I'll make another part on the main exam. Then everything you should like tick on your mind before entering the exam, which will help you to navigate the whole examination better. So back to the story. If I cut the corners, so I said for my IELTS exam, the instructor gave us pretty much like advice what to do, what to not to do. So what happened during my exam, after like it was 9:03, the server opened, and first we had like our listening exam, which is like pretty much same for every IELTS test or anything. So when our listening exam began, like first they play the audio, then you like type your answer or something. Like we also know in first few sentences there isn't like the answer, like the audio part will say there will be a conversation playing on certain things, like a job opportunity between two people that happens in like IELTS section 1. So pretty much that was same. So I like listened the audio for like 1 minute. Then when I proceed to give my answers in my examination, the keyboard freezed. Yes, the keyboard freezed. Like I could go to the boxes and like feel like I could navigate the boxes like 1 2 3 4 5. I could move my mouse cursor there, but I couldn't like type and answer my answers in that particular box because my keyboard wasn't working. Then yes, I raised my hand and asked my instructor to guide me. They kind of tried for like 30 to 45 seconds, but they also couldn't like navigate the keyboard. Then I moved to my like second computer, which was beside me. Like my right side of computer and my left side of seat both were empty, so I moved to my left side of seat. So then we enter login password. That took like 3 to 5 minutes, but at the meantime people were like giving their exams, so I was pretty much like backwards 4 to 5 minutes. So after I moved to my second exam, the audio started played from like 4 minutes, so I pretty much missed the first 3 minutes. So I began to answer from like answer 7 or 6, like 6. Yes, I began to put my answer from answer box nong 6. So then I was kind of anxious about the whole examination because I knew the audio couldn't be played again. So I gave my section 2, section 3 and section 4. Then I asked my teacher, like there is like 2-minute gaps when you can check all your answers after the listening test, you would know. So in the 2-minute exam, I called my invigilator and said to the teacher that as you know, I pretty much missed first 5 to 6 answer. Can you repeat the audio so I can like put this answer again? And they were like, don't you remember anything you heard? I was like, no, I was trying to fix my keyboard and you guys were also with me trying to fix the situation, so I couldn't like answer the question and hear the audio part. Like my focus was clearly divided and I couldn't like listen to what was the speaker speaking in my headphone. And they were like, yes, it's normal, you couldn't like listen that part. So I said, can you repeat the audio so I can like play? Then he said, okay, I will try, and he went to like another room to play the audio again, and I was pretty much sitting there. And as you know, the IELTS recording can be played only once, it can't be played like twice. If you want to, you can't like do it. It like some of like the software system, it can be only played once. So the teacher came and told me that he can't like proceed the audio again. So I was like, now what should I do? I missed like 6 or 7 answer already. I couldn't like let go my marks like this. Like, you know, the application fee is like $250, which is in Bangladeshi currency like 28,500 taka. So I like sent them, and he was like, okay, I will be coming back and telling you what should you do or not. Then I was like sitting there, and everyone else like proceed to their reading section, but I didn't proceed. I was just sitting there waiting for him to come back. So after he came back like 2 or 3 minutes later, he told me that there is 2 options. One is that you can proceed your exam, like the other parts, reading part, writing part and speaking part, but the listening part will not be repeated, and you will get your mark according to what have you already put in your examination. And I was like, this is not possible because I already missed this. And he was like, okay, and there is like a second way, that you cancel your exam, you won't be participating in like the other parts, and we'll cancel this exam and reschedule you another date. So I was like, yes, like reschedule my everything, full exam, and I'll give that exam. So after that, I just shut down my computer and went with him, and there was a like complaint form where I have to write my candidate number, then my institution code, which institution I was giving IELTS examination. They told me what to put, and I had to write a like paragraph about what happened in my exam and why I couldn't proceed it. So yes, I wrote about it, and it was a like A4 size page, and you have to like briefly write about 7 to 80 words. So I did that, and after that they took it and they said they will help me to contact with the British Council and set my examination date again. But I had a application deadline for another university, which was 25th April, 25th February. So I said that can't you just fast forward it, and like long story short, I also talked to the agency. I applied for the IELTS and they contacted British Council. Then some of the emails exchange happened between me, British Council, and the advisor and British Council, and they pretty much like checked when is the next IELTS date available, and I got the full IELTS test on 27 February without paying any extra fee. So this is the one thing that happened to me. I'm very thankful they rescheduled my exam, but I'm telling you this story because it doesn't happen quite often. Because on 27 February when I was giving exam, there was another student who also faced similar kind of situation. Like he gave his listening test pretty much comfortably, no technical issues for him, but when it came for his reading test, the computer freeze, or like the mouse, keyboard, like anything else, the same technological difficulty, machinery problem. He like called teacher again and again and told him that can't you just fix it? I can't like put my answers in the box. As you know, there are like small box where you can just put your cursor and answer the questions. So he couldn't do that, but the teachers didn't help him either, because I think the invigilator wasn't that much friendly that time, and like his exam was kind of pretty worst. So like he said he lost around 8 to 10 minutes in his reading test while trying to navigate with the key features. So that was one problem. So I think you should like stand on your ground, and if you face any kind of problem during your IELTS examination in the test center is responsible to like help you. So you should like don't listen to them if they say no, you will just do it or you just continue the test. You can't complain after you given the exam, because the exam is already registered. So if you like given the full test and then you complain that this happened or I face this kind of difficulties, they won't be able to like fix it even if they want to, because it's already registered in the computer. But like in the exam, like the exam is 2 hours 45 minutes. In this 2 hours 45 minutes, if you like face any kind of problem in any minute, you should always like ask the invigilator to fix it and make it like crystal clear for you, because once the exam is over, like all your money is kind of gone. So as the exam itself is very expensive, it's like $250, which is very much expensive for like people in Bangladesh for like any sort of financial class. So you should always like make sure that you give your exam with 100% focus and dedication, and no technical difficulties or any sort of difficulties. And there is one second thing. In my seat in like second IELTS exam, there is like one pencil given. So the rubber of my pencil wasn't that much, like I would say like it was workable, but I didn't like it that much. So I asked my invigilator to change the pencil, and he like automatically changed it, because it's their duty and responsibility as a IELTS test center to ensure the examination for the examinee is like 100% usable. Is that a word? Usable, or like examiner is comfortable to give it to its like maximum capacity maybe. So I think it's their duty to ensure that you are comfortable and you give your exam like, I don't know, give your exam comfortably and gain as much mark you can. So always like poke your teacher, poke the invigilator, poke the authority, poke like eat their brains or do anything, but ensure that you get the best service because you deserve it, as you paid like hefty amount for it. So it was the caution video I wanted to upload for a long time. So yeah, and if you want a second part about exam date, experience and everything, I'd make that one, because I feel like there is a very big YouTube channels which are kind of spreading misinformation, and they do not talk about the whole process, like what can you take with you, what they will make you throw, or what kind of steps you would go through the exam. So I will make another video for that one. Thank you.